Howdy folks, it's your boy Dewbreaker back again with another video, and today we're gonna talk about the hypocrisy around whoops. So, first of all, I have to admit I never played Hades. I have no interest in it. It's not my type of game. But I want to point a finger at the hypocrisy surrounding the Western gaming industry and the Asian gaming industry regarding sexy female characters. Hypocrisy at its finest. After years of complaining about sexy female characters, Western video game industry publicly firsts over cast of Hades 2. In a textbook example of the idiom rules for thee, not for me, after years of chastising and decrying the general video game playing populace for enjoying attractive female character designs, the Western video game community has responded to the recent reveal of Hades 2 new character designs by publicly and proudly proclaiming just how much they'd like to sleep with each and every one of them. The designs in questions were first unveiled on April 17th, courtesy of a 3-hour live stream of the game hosted by its developer Supergiant Games. Therein, not only were players given their first look at the updated appearances of a handful of the Greek gods, who are set to return from the first game, Demeter, Artemis, Selene, and Aphrodite, but also were introduced to newcomer Hephaestus. Hephaestus? Let me know in the comments. This incarnation portraying the mythical blacksmith as a portly and wheelchair-bound amputee. Shout out Steel Leg. And despite having spent the past few weeks accusing anyone who dared to enjoy the attractive design of Stellar Blade protagonist Eve of being everything from incels, I hate that word, I really dislike that word, they use it for everything, to pornography addicts nearly immediately after Hades 2 made its character reveals, members of the wider video game industry, in particular, and unsurprisingly, video game journalists. Are they journalists though? I disagree. Took to the internet to celebrate just how sexy the aforementioned Greek gods are. It is funny that there are chuds out there being like, the woke gaming journalists hate sexy women. Meanwhile, my entire timeline is hooting and hollering about these Hades 2 character portraits, right? Proclaimed Lex Luddy, the editor-in-chief of the video game news site Start Menu. Never heard of that. How did they make it even hotter? Replied Games Radar and games industry contributor Alicia Haddock. They must be stopped. Oh, here. Likewise, The Last of Us 2 senior technical gameplay animator Mabe Rains exclaimed, they make them hotter. Yeah, who gives a shit? Here, mommy. Sorry. Are they objectifying women right now? Wasn't that a big no-no? Retweeting Mercanti's post, PC gamer contributor Dominic Terrason mocked Gamergators. The wokes are stealing all the sexy from games. Hades 2, yes, our game is the most inclusive, progressive take on Greek myth ever written, and also the maximum horned you can possibly get, while still somehow squeaking in with a T rating. So, for the folks who don't know what T rating is for 13 years old and up. Taking note of the fact that this outpouring of safe, horny rhetoric was coming from the same industry that almost universally spent the last few years condemning them for similar behavior towards characters such as Bayonetta, and most recently Stellar Blades Eve. Players eventually took directly calling out those firsting over the cast of Hades 2 for the sheer hypocrisy of their what you like bad, what I like good outlook towards their media consumption. In turn, rather than admitting to the glaringly obvious hypocrisy of their stance on sexy characters, or at least to having a bias towards conventionally attractive characters, the industry instead took to making justifications for their double standard. Penning a piece headlined Hades 2 is the kind of hot we need right now. For Kotaku, the aforementioned Mercante argued Hades' character sexiness is woven into their personalities, as much a part of them as their wants, needs, and emotions, and their bodies. However scantily clad or salacious or not emotion, they cannot be manipulated, approached, or peered at from different angles. Instead, it's like you're looking at statues or painting of these gods and their eternal, infinite sexiness. They further attempted to defend her and ideological allies' actions. There is desire here, sure, but there is also power in a reclamation. There is longing because you only get a tiny little taste of their beauty. The concept of look but don't touch is incredibly sexy. It's part of why strip clubs, and many of which have strict rules regarding touching the performers, are so lucrative. As far as I know, you can't touch Evie either. Weird. Offering a similar refrain on Twitter, Games Radar staff writer Jasmine Gold Wilson retweeted a post from fellow user Veeds Tweets claiming that Aphrodite knows she's hot. You can tell by how she looks at you. Eve doesn't. She's posed, but expressionless. Hades 2 has a wide range of character skin tones, ages, body type. Stellar Blades women seem to look like Eve. Sexy isn't bad, pretending there is only one type is. Camera angles say it all. Camera angles say it all. Okay. Aphrodite is shown from a low angle. She has agency. She's a powerful and intimidating figure. Eve stares blankly at you, head on, when you're not sitting right behind her spandex-covered ass, observing her from above because you have power over her. Yeah, I don't know. This comes across as arrogant. And this is feminine. See what I mean? She looks down at you. That's why, personally, I prefer Eve. Stellar Blade is getting ready for April 26th. Meanwhile, Hades 2 remains on track to arrive from the heavens sometimes March 2025. Oh, it's gonna be a while. So yeah, I personally think this is out of spite. Stellar Blade is from an Asian gaming company. And Asian gaming companies are known for not bending the knee. And I think this is just out of spite. That's just me though. This is kind of weird. The wheelchair bound, but that's just them ticking boxes. All in all, this whole ordeal has not made me any more curious about the Hades games whatsoever. Anyway, that's it for this video. You guys tell me what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to drop a like and a sub if you want to see more of me. And I will catch you on the flip side.